Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day. Today is the 7th of April 2026. Today is the 7th of April 2026. All right. Welcome to our daily analysis of several football games around the world, and also NBA games, of course. NBA games, of course. All right. Just to remind us and that you can become a DoQuick partner by registering here and becoming a partner and earning 20%. All right. But today we are going to be looking at the big one, right? We are going to analyze the data performance of the big one today, which is our feature match, which is the game between Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich. This is going to be a do or die affair. All right. Today is going to be Vicini Junior versus Michael Olise, Mbappe versus Harry Kane, Vincent Kompany versus Aguero. All right, so it's going to be a game of high high tactical, master tactical, formations and all that. But anyways, what we do at Do Quick is that we analyze their past performances with data. All right. Our focus is on data. All right. We don't analyze based on vibes. We don't analyze based on rumors. We just focus on their performances based on data. All right, based on data. Also, to remind us that you can also follow up our live with the DoQuick platform. You can follow up live games, across 14 sports. Okay, across 14 sports: football, basketball, baseball, handball, hockey, NBA, National Football League, rugby, and volleyball. You can follow live games there. All right. So let's dive into the match today between Real Madrid and Bayern Munich. Let's look at what we have against that. That game is going to be a do or die affair, right? It's going to be a do or die affair. In my head, I'm already thinking Madrid, they are struggling defensively. Bayern, on a free scoring run. All right, so we're going to see. But let's focus on the data analysis of their past performances, and let's look at what we are going to be expecting based on their past performances. All right, so we always start with the last 5 games. Okay, the last 5 games. What do we have in the last 5 games? Okay, in the last 5 games, you can see that um, Madrid, they've scored an average of 3 goals. All right, in their last 5 games, they have scored an average of 3 goals and they have conceded an average of 1 goal. Remember that this is average, all right? Average. Remember that also they are coming from a 1 loss, 2-1 loss in their last game, all right? What about Bayern Munich? That is when they are playing at home. Remember when they are playing at home. I think their last game against this was a 2-1 loss away. All right, this was a 2-1 loss away, so this doesn't count on their home. All right, it goes, if you want to look at their scoring away, you have to go here to look at how they fare. If you look at it, when they are playing away, they don't score a lot. All right, they don't score a lot. But today they are playing at the Santiago de Bernabeu. They are ruthless when they are in the Santiago de Bernabeu. They are very, very ruthless, right? They are very ruthless. That's the truth, okay? They have the crowd behind them. It's going to be electrifying today, all right? It's going to be electrifying at the Santiago de Bernabeu, all right? The stadium is going to be closed. It's going to be electrifying, all right? So let's look at it. Let's look at it and analyze based on their data, all right? Based on their data for past performances. Okay, if you look at it for Madrid in the last 5 games when they are playing at home, they have scored an average of 3 goals and conceded an average of 1 goal. All right, an average of 1 goal. What about Bayern? We are focusing on when Bayern they are playing away. All right, not this is when Bayern is playing at home. When they are playing at home, they are even more devastating than Madrid. But we are focusing on when they are playing away. All right. Remember that in their last Champions League home and away against Atalanta, they scored 10 goals home and away. All right. I think they are the most consistent team behind just I think I don't know between them and Arsenal, but Arsenal I don't know because Arsenal even beat them this season, right? So we will see, we'll see how it goes. Anyway, let's continue. All right, let's continue. So if you look at Bayern Munich in their last five matches, Bayern Munich have scored an average of 3 goals when they are playing away. So the truth is that Bayern Munich they equal Madrid's 3 goals when Madrid is playing at home. Bayern also they score 3 goals, all right, an average of 3 goals when they are playing away. When they are playing away, and they've considered an average of 1 goal, all right. Considered an average of 1 goal. They are quite devastating when they are playing. They are quite devastating when they are playing away, both home and away. That's just the truth, both home and away, all right. If also you want to look at, let's look at their halftime to see. All right, let's look at their halftime to see how they are performing halftime. All right, halftime you can see in the last 5 games halftime, Madrid when they are playing at home they scored an average of 2 goals and conceded one when they are playing at home. While Bayern they scored an average of 1 goal and conceded none when they are playing away. All right, when they are playing away, the truth is that this game is going to determine if Madrid can qualify for the semi-finals. They have to win this game by a very, very large margin today. If they don't win the game by a large margin of up to +2, Bayern is going to tear them apart in Munich. Bayern is going to tear them apart in Munich. That's just the truth. That's just the truth. The game, Madrid, if Madrid wants to stand any chance of winning, they have to win today at the Santiago de Bernabeu. All right. So let's go back to halftime. Okay, let's go back to full time. Okay. Let's look at the last 10 games. Okay, let's look at the last 10 games and see how consistent these two teams have been. All right. You can see that in the last 10 games, Madrid, they have scored an average of 2.4, right, in the last 10 games. Why Bayern, when they are playing at home, they have scored an average of 2.4 and conceded one. All right. Why Bayern Munich, when they are playing away, they've scored they've scored an average of 3.2. Bayern has been consistent. Bayern has been consistent. They scored an average of 3 goals and conceded one when they are playing away. When they are playing away, all right. So that is the analysis. You can also look at their season form. You can also look at their season, how they've been also for past season. You can see that when they are playing for throughout the season, Madrid has scored an average of 2 goals when they are playing at home. All right, when they are playing at home and considered 1 goals when they are playing at home. While Bayern all season they've scored an average of 3 goals and conceded one when they are playing away. All right, when they are playing away. Let's now look at their head to head. All right, let's look at their head to head for their last 5 games. Okay, let's look at their head to head for their last 5 games. All right, their last 5 games, you can see that both teams are on a 80% form. 80% form. Madrid has lost. They lost their last match. They've been on a five, I think, on a 5 game winning run. But they now lost their last game against Malaga also. Right. While Bayern Munich, they haven't lost, but they have drawn. But on the DoQuick platform, we only recognize win as a point, all right? Win as a point. So if you look at it, they're on an 80% form, all right? If you look at their last performances, you will see that Madrid has a slight they won twice against Bayern in their last 5 encounters, while they've drawn twice also, and Bayern has won once, all right? You can also look at their last you can also look at their last performances, last performances. You can look at that also, okay? The last 5 performances, you can also look at that. All right. So that is their head to head. You can also look at their last 10 games to see how consistent they have been. All right, how consistent they have been. Their last 10 games, you can see that Madrid are on a 70% form while Bayern are on a 90% form. All right. Bayern, they are on a 90% form. Okay. So you can also now look at their corner kicks in their last, let's go back to their last 5 games. Okay. Let's go back to their last 5 games. Okay. You can also look at their corner kicks in their last 5 games. All right, in their last 5 games, you can see, all right, that Madrid has they've had an average of 3 corner kicks and conceded. They've gotten an average of 3 corner kicks and they have conceded five. Okay, five. Why Bayern Munich has, when they are playing away, they've had an average of 5 corner kicks, gotten an average of 5 corner kicks, and they've conceded 4 corner kicks. Okay, all right. So you can go to the foul to see their fouls. And when Madrid they are playing at home, they've gotten an average of 8 fouls and conceded an average of 16 fouls when they are playing at home, right? While Bayern Munich, when they are playing away, they've gotten an average of 12 fouls and conceded an average of 10 fouls. All right. What about their shots on goal? Their shots on goal when they are playing away, when Madrid are playing at home, they've got an average of 8 shots on goal, and they have conceded an average of 4 shots on goal when they are playing at home in their last 5 games. All right, at home in their last 5 games. Why Bayern Munich has gotten an average of 9 shots on goal and conceded 4 shots on goal when they are playing away. Remember, when they are playing away, all right? What about offside? Madrid offside, when they are playing at home, they have gotten an average of 2 offside and conceded practically none offside in their last 5 games. All right. When they are playing at home, Mbappe is very, very one of the best guys in beating offside trap. He knows how to beat offside trap. That's one you can hardly see Mbappe right getting caught by the offside. All right. That's because he runs behind the defenders. Because of his speed, he runs behind the defenders. Mbappe and Vinicius Junior. They run behind the defender, so they are hardly offside. All right. Okay, so what about Bayern Munich? Bayern Munich, when they are playing away, they've gotten an average of 1 offside and conceded 2 offside. All right. What about their goalkeeper saves? How their goalkeepers be performing? All right. For Madrid, they have an average of 3. Right. Their goalkeepers have gotten an average of 3, while they have conceded an average of 3 also. All right. Gotten means that what they have the shots on target they have given to other goalkeepers, and what they have gotten, what their keeper has conceded, what their keeper has saved. All right. What about Bayern Munich? That's for Bayern Munich. What about yellow cards? All right. One yellow card, average of 1 yellow card in the last 5 matches, and they have considered 3 yellow cards. They've been awarded 1 yellow card, and they have considered 3 yellow cards. All right, when they are playing at home. All right, when they are playing away, what about Bayern Munich? When they are playing away, they've gotten an average of 3 yellow cards, and they have considered an average of 2. All right, so you can also look at their red card. And don't think I think Bayern Munich have gotten they've been given a red card in their last 5 game once. All right. So that is the data analysis of the game between of the Master Super Classic European Classico game between Madrid and Bayern Munich. It's going to be a night of explosive defensive, tactical, whatever it's going to be. But today is going to be electrifying, and at the Santiago de Bernabeu. Today is going to be one of the most watched game in European football history. European football history is going to be massive. All right, it's going to be massive. All right, so let's go to the next game of today. You can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze this game yourself. All right, analyze this game yourself. All right, so let's go to the next quarterfinal game, which is going to be the game between Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal Football Club. Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal Football Club. All right, this is going to be another cracking game for today, especially given the fact that Arsenal they are coming from the back of a two defeats, not just two league defeats, but two cup league defeats, all right? Two league cup defeats, all right? After they lost the final to City, they also went out of the FA Cup against the Saints, all right? So Arteta is a lot of pressure. We hear just yesterday that he has been given an ultimatum to win the Premier League or get out of the Emirates, all right? Win the Premier League or take your bag and get out of the Emirates. 6 years has been enough. 6 years has been enough. No trophies for 6 years. That has been a long time. Actually, that has been a long time. He has spent over £1 billion on transfers. All right. So he needs to win. He needs to win the at least the Premier League. All right. The Premier League. It's going to be a little bit difficult for the Champions League, especially and given the fact that we still have the likes of Bayern Munich and Madrid. All right. And even City, right? It's going to be difficult for him, all right, for Champions League, all right? But let's look at today. Today's focus is going to be the quarterfinal game between Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal Football Club. All right, let's look at their data analysis for the past 5 games. All right, for the past 5 games. Let's start with the past 5 games. Okay, you can see that from the past 5 games, you can see that Sporting Lisbon, all right. You can see that Sporting Lisbon, they have, when they are playing at home, they have scored an average of 3 goals in their last 5 games. They are quite clinical and deadly when they are playing at home, all right. And they have conceded an average of one when they are playing at home, all right. What about the Gunners? What about the Gunners? The Gunners, when they are playing away in their last 5 matches, they've scored an average of one and conceded an average of approximately two. All right. So they've scored an average of one and they scored an average of one and conceded an average of approximately two. That is in their last 5 games when they are playing at home full time. Full time. All right. You can also look at halftime to see. Okay, you can look at halftime to see how they performed. You can see that for Sporting, when they are playing at home, they have conceded an average of one. Right, they've conceded an average of one they've scored an average of 2 goals and conceded an average of one when they are playing at home halftime in their last 5 games. Okay, this is halftime their last 5 games. Okay, what about the Gunners? All right, what about the Gunners? The Gunners have scored an average of zero first half in their last 5 games, and they have conceded one in their last 5 games first half. All right, they have not been scoring first half averagely in their last 5 games. Okay, in their last 5 games, they have not been scoring. All right, the Gunners need to do better. They need to do better for this game. They need to do better. All right, it's a must-win game. All right, it's a must-win game. You can also look at their last 10 games, right, just to see how um consistent both teams have been when they are both playing home and away. All right, when they are both playing home and away, you can see that when they are playing away, when they are playing home, when they are playing at home, they've gotten an average of two. They've scored an average of 2 goals and also conceded an average of approximately one when they are playing at home. While Arsenal, when they are playing away, they've scored an average of 2 goals and conceded one when they are playing away over their last 10 games full time. All right, over their last 10 games full time. Okay, so let's go back to let's now look at their head to head. All right, in their last 4 games, Sporting they've been on a 60% form, and they have won 3 out of their last 5 games. Okay, they lost one, they've drawn one. While Arsenal they've lost their last 2 games, and before that they won their last 2 games. All right, they won their last 2 games and then they drew. All right, they drew. They drew. All right, so Arsenal they're on a 40% form over the last 5 games. You can also look at the last 10 games, all right, just to see how consistent they have been. All right, just to see how consistent they have been over the last 10 games. You can see that over the last 10 games, Sporting they've been on this 70% form, compared to Arsenal who are on a 60% form. All right, over the last 10 games. All right, over the last 10 games. Okay, you can also now go to corner kicks. Okay, you can go to corner kicks to see for both home and away. You can see that Sporting, when they are playing at home, they've had an average of 7.5 corner kicks and conceded four. All right, they've gotten an average of 7.5 corner kicks and conceded four when they are playing at home in their last five matches. Why Arsenal when they are playing away, they've gotten an average of six corner kicks and conceded three. Arsenal sometimes they play for corner kicks. That's just the truth. They play for corner kicks. Okay, sometimes this is just observation. Like sometimes you can see the wingers trying to use the ball to hit the legs of defenders just to get a corner kick. They rely so much on corner kicks. All right, they rely so much on corner kicks. To be fair to them, they have good defenders who can attack the ball, and they have very good wingers, Saka and also Rice, right, who can cross the ball both from the left and the right wing, right. And so, to be fair to them, well, it's part of their game plan as long as it keeps working for them, all right. But for the amount of talent that they have, they should be doing more attacks rather than always depending on corner kicks. Okay, all right. So let's go to the fouls. You can see for their fouls in the last five games, Sporting, they've gotten an average of 20 of 12 fouls, and they have conceded 25 when they're playing at home. Right, Arsenal, they've gotten an average of 10 fouls and conceded 9 when they're playing at home. All right, what about shots on goal? Shots on goal, Sporting, they've gotten an average of 6 and conceded 2.5, conceded 3 when they're playing at home, while Arsenal, they've gotten an average of 5 shots on goal and conceded 3.5 when they're playing at home. Right, what about offside? All right. What about offside? Arsenal, Sporting, they've got an average of two offside and conceded one two also when they are playing at home. Right, while Arsenal, they have not gotten offside, they have not considered offside. All right, an average of one, and they've got an average of one and considered an average of zero when they are playing away. What about goalkeeper saves? All right, goalkeeper saves. Uh, Sporting, they've gotten an average of one and they've conceded an average of three, goalkeeper saves while they're playing at home. Arsenal, they've gotten an average of two, all right, when they're playing at home, and their keeper has conceded, right, an average of three. What about yellow cards? Okay, what about yellow cards? Okay, you can see for yellow cards, Sporting, when they are playing at home, they've gotten an average of three yellow cards and conceded also three yellow cards. Okay, all right, they have gotten an average of three yellow cards and conceded three yellow cards. So what this means is that they have been awarded three yellow cards, and also they have fouled, their team has also been issued three yellow cards. All right, that's what it means when they are playing at home. All right, when they are playing away, they have gotten an average of two yellow cards across the last five games. All right, they've been awarded an average of two yellow cards in the last five games, and they have conceded. Their players has been issued three yellow cards in their last five games. Also average. All right, both teams, they've been clean on red card in their last five matches when they are both playing home and when they are both playing away. All right, that is the analysis of the game between Sporting Lisbon and Arsenal today at the UEFA Champions League, which is going to be played around 20 o'clock West African time. All right. All right. You can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these games yourself. All right. So yeah, so that is it for the two Champions League games that we have today. Okay, so let's look at other football games, and before we dive into the NBA games for today, right? Let's stay in Europe. Let's stay in Europe. Let's just look at this game between the under 21 side between Manchester United and Real Madrid. Is the Premier League International Cup. Okay, let's just quickly look at it. Okay, you can see from here, Manchester United, when they are playing at home, they scored an average of one. They scored an average of one and conceded two when they are playing at home. While Madrid under 21, when they are playing away, they scored an average of one also and conceded one, approximately one. all right, when they are playing away. Okay, when they are playing away. All right, let's look at their head to head. You can see that both teams are on the Madrid are on a 60% form, while sorry, Manchester United are on a 60% form. Manchester United under 21. Please, under 21, they're on a 60% form, while Madrid under 21 on a 40% form. All right. You can look at their corners. We don't have data for this, and this is not a high stake match. Okay, so we don't have data for that. We just have data for the goal and the H to H. Okay, all right. So you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze that game yourself. All right. Let's go to the next. Let's go to the next game, which is going to be the game between which is going to be the game between. We just want to look at. Let's come to Africa. All right. Let's come to Africa and look at the game between the Southern African League game between Orlando Pirates and Golden Arrow. All right, quickly. All right, you can see that for Orlando Pirates in their last five matches, they've scored an average of 1.5, right, and conceded one, approximately one in their last five matches when they are playing at home. When they are playing at home, all right. While for Golden Arrows, when they are playing away, they have scored an average of two and conceded two in their last five matches full time. All right. You can also look at their last 10 matches. You can look at all season. You can also look at half time. All right. So let's look at their head to head. All right. For their head to head, you can see that Orlando Pirates, they are on the 80% form. Right. They have lost and they've drawn one out of, they will draw one and won four out of their last five games already and on a very, 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 very good run of form. You can see they're on second in the league compared to Golden Arrow who are eight on the league. Okay, Golden Arrow they're on a 40% form. They have won two, drawn two, and lost one in their last five matches. Okay, you can see that Orlando Pirates have won straight five out of their last they won five matches out of their last five games against the Golden Arrows. The Golden Arrows have not been able to pull to even draw a game against the Orlando Pirates in their last five games. Okay, you can also look at their corner kicks when both teams are playing, and their corner kicks when both teams they are playing home and away. Okay, you can look at their foul when both teams are playing at home and away. You can look at their shots on goal when both teams are playing home and away. You can look at their offsides, all right, when both teams are playing home and away. You can look at their goalkeeper saves when both teams are playing home and away, all right. You can look at their yellow cards when both teams are playing home and away, and also you can look at their red card, all right. I think Orlando Pirates they have considered one red card and golden arrows in their last five games. Okay, that is the data analysis of the South Africa Premier League game between Orlando Pirates and Golden Arrow. All right, you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these games, all the soccer games happening around the world yourself. All right, around the world, or we cover every soccer league happening around the world, entire world. You can analyze them on the DoQuick platform. All right. All right. So let's look at the other South African league, right, between Durban City and Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns. All right. Let's quickly look at it to see. All right. What do we have for Durban City? The one City, when they are at home, they've scored an average of one and conceded zero the last five games when they are playing at home. While Mamelodi Sundown, right? Mamelodi Sundown, they've scored an average of one and conceded one when they are playing away. When they are playing away, the last five match. Okay, you can look at their head to head. You can see that Durban are on the 60% form, while Mamelodi Sundown on the 80% form. All right, in their last five games full time. You can also look at the last 10 games all season. All right. You can also look at halftime. Okay. What about corner kicks? What about corner kicks? You can see that from their corner kicks, can see for their corner kicks, Durban, all right, Durban. You can see from their corner kicks, Durban. They've had an average. Okay, you can look at their corner kicks for both teams. Durban has an average of 6.5. Okay, you can look at home and away what they have done for home and away. You can look at their fouls for home and away. Right, you can look at their shots on goal for both home and away. You can look at their offside for both home and away. You can look at their goalkeeper saves for both home and away. All right. You can look at their yellow cards, all right, for both home and away, and you can look at their red card for both home and away. Okay, so that is the data analysis of the game between the South African Premier League game, football game between Durban City and Mamelodi Sundown. All right, you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these games and other games yourself. All right, other games yourself. Let's stay at the South African League. Okay, let's stay at the South African League. Let's look at the game between I think I saw a South African game. Let's see. Okay, I think that is all for the South African League. Okay, yeah. So I think that is all for the South African League. For okay, we still have one. I knew we had one. We have one cheaper, right? Cheaper United versus Siwilele. Yeah, Siwilele. All right. Cheaper United versus Siwilele. All right. In the South African Premier League. Okay. Let's see when Cheaper United are at home. They scored an average of one and conceded three their last five matches. While Siwilele, when they are away, they scored an average of one and conceded one in their last five matches. Okay, look at their head to head. You can see that cheaper they're on a 0% form. They've lost three and drew two out of their last match. While Siwilele they're on a 40% form. All right, they have won two and drew three out of their last five games. Okay, you can look at their last five, their last 10 all season. You can also look at full time and half time. All right, you can look at their corner kicks. Okay, when both teams are playing home and away, you can look at their foul when both teams are playing home and away. All right, you can look at their shots on goal when both teams are playing home and away. You can look at their offside when both teams are playing home and away. All right, you can look at their goalkeeper saves when both teams playing home and away. All right, you can also look at their yellow cards when both teams are playing home and away. All right, you can also look at their red card when both teams are playing home and away. All right, so this is the data analysis of the South African Premier League game between Chippa United and Siwilele. All right, you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these games yourself. All right, you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze this game yourself. All right, let's go back to see our next game. What do we have? So we are done with football for today. All right. So we want to go into the NBA games for today. All right. Today we'll start with the LA Clippers versus the Dallas. All right. Versus the Dallas. What do we have for this game? All right. What do we have for this game? What do we have for this game? The NBA game versus between all right, between Clippers and between Clippers and Dallas. The Lakers are the Lakers are on a win or go home headspace after being embarrassed, right, by Oklahoma last week, right? If LeBron, right, can slow down a 50%, 59% shooting thunders from their home court, dreams are dead, all right? It's a night of high stake revenge and tactical master class, all right? And tactical master class, okay? And tactical masterclass. Let's go back and tactical masterclass. So let's look at the data. All right, let's look at the data analysis for the game today. All right, for LA Clippers, you can see that in their last five games, they have scored an average of 101 points and conceded 113. All right, they're actually conceding more than they are scoring for the Clippers, right? They are playing at home in their last five matches. Okay, what about Dallas? What about Dallas? When they are playing away, they've scored an average of 99 points and conceded 108. Both teams are not so much on a good run of form in their last scoring run of form in their last five matches when they are both playing home and away. All right, so let's look at the halftime. All right, let's look at the halftime to see how both teams have performed in their halftime. All right, for halftime in their last 5 matches. Clippers, they scored an average of 45 points and conceded 65 when they are playing at home, all right? While Dallas, they scored an average of 53 points and conceded 58 when they are playing away, all right? This is for their last 5 matches, half time, all right? Half time, okay? Yeah, so let's go back to full time, okay? So let's look at their all right, let's look at their head to head. Now, let's look at their head to head to see how their form has been over the last 5 matches. All right, over the last 5 matches, you can see that the LA Clippers, they're on the 60% form. Okay, they're on the 60% form, and they have won 3 out of their last 5 games. Why Dallas, they're on the 40% form. Okay, they're on the 40% form. They have won two and lost 3 out of their last 5 games. Okay, you can see head to head. Clippers, they have won 4 against Dallas, while Dallas, they have won once in their last 5 encounters. All right, their last 5 encounters. You can also look at their assists when they are both playing home and away. All right, you can look at their biggest lead. We don't have data on that. You can look at their blocks when they are both playing home and away. You can look at their defenders rebound when they are both playing home and away. All right, you can look at their fast break points. We don't have data on that. All right, you can look at their field goals attempted. All right, you can look at their field goals attempted when they are both playing home and away. All right, you can look at their field goals made. All right, this is what they attempted and this is what they actually made. Field goals made. Right, when they are both playing home and away. All right, you can now look at their field goals percentage when they are both playing home and away. All right, you can also look at their field throw attempted, their field throws attempted when they are playing their um their free throw attempted when they are both playing home and away. Right, you can look at their free throws made. Right, when they are playing home and away. All right, you can look at their field throw percentage. Right, when they are playing home and away. There are other analysis there, but I'm not unable to see them. Right, you can go to the DoQuick platform and analyze these games yourself. Right, this is the data analysis game between the Clippers and the Dallas. All right, that will be taking place later in the night for the European time and in the morning for the West African time. All right, so let's go back to the NBA games for today. Let's go back to the NBA games that we are going to be analyzing for today. All right, let's look at the game between I think this game has already been played. Okay, the game has not been played. Let's look at the game between the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, the game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Bucks. All right, and the Bucks. Okay, and the Bucks. All right, the game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Bucks. Okay, the Bucks. Okay. You can see in their last 5 games, okay, in their last 5 games full time, and the Nets they scored an average of 107 and conceded 118 when they are playing at home, all right. While the Bucks they've scored an average of 113 and conceded 119 when they are playing away in their last 5 matches. Okay, let's look at halftime. Let's look at halftime to see how both teams have how they have fared halftime. Okay, you can see that for halftime the Brooklyn Nets they've scored an average of 56 and conceded 57 when they are playing at home halftime. All right, while the Bucks they've scored an average of 44 and conceded 54 when they are playing at home. When they are playing away, sorry, when they are playing away in their last 5 games halftime. Okay, in their last 5 games halftime. All right, let's go back to full time. Okay. Let's go back to full time. Let's see their head to head. All right. Let's go back to our full time and see their head to head. Okay. You can see for head to head. You can see for head to head, and the Nets are on the 40% form, while the Bucks are on the 40% form. All right. Both teams are on the 40% form, and the Nets have won 3 out of their last 5 encounters while the Bucks have won 2. All right. You can also look at their head to head when both teams are playing home and away. You can look at their biggest lead. You can look at their blocks when both teams are playing home and away. You can look at their defenders rebound when they are both playing home and away. You can look at their fast break points. You can look at their field goals attempts when they are both playing home and away. Right? You can look at their field goals made when they are both playing home and away. You can look at their field goals percentage when they are both playing home and away. All right. You can also look at their free throws attempted. Free throws attempted when they are playing home and away. You can actually now look at their field goals made when they are playing home and away. All right. You can also look at their field goals percentage when they are playing home and away. All right. When they are playing home and away. After analysis of the NBA game between the Brooklyn Nets and the Bucks. All right. You can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these games and other basketball games across the world yourself. All right, let's go to the next game. Okay? Let's go to the next game, which is between the Phoenix Suns, which Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets, okay? And the Houston Rockets. What do we have for this game? You can see when the Suns are playing at home, they've scored an average of 134. They've been on a good scoring form when they are playing at home in their last 5 matches, okay? Why they have conceded 109 points, all right, when they are playing at home. What about the Houston Rockets? The Houston Rockets, when they are playing away, they have scored an average of 125 and conceded 109 when they are playing away, all right? When they are playing away. Okay, when they are playing away, you can also let's look at their halftime to see how they have performed. Let's look at their halftime to see how they have performed. All right. In their halftime, you can see that the Phoenix Suns they've scored an average of 73 points halftime and conceded 45. That's a very high scoring form for halftime. Very, very high scoring form for halftime. Okay, by the Phoenix Suns. Okay. What about the Houston Rockets? When they are playing away, they have scored an average of 61 points and conceded 50 points when they are playing away in their last 5 matches. Half time. All right. In their last 5 matches, half time. You can also look at their head to head. All right. You can look at their head to head to see how are they performing for their head to head. You can see that the Phoenix Suns they are on a 60% form, right? In their last 5 games, they have won 3 and lost 2 of their last 5 games, while the Houston Rockets are on a 100% form, all right? They have won all of their last 5 games, all right? All of their last 5 games. And you can see that the Houston Rockets have won all their last 5 games against the Phoenix Suns. They won all their last 5 games, all right? You can also look at their assists when both teams are playing home and away, right? You can look at their blocks, you can look at their defensive rebound, all right? You can look at their fast break, right? You can look at their field goals attempted, right? When they are playing both home and away. You can look at their free goals made when they are both playing home and away. You can look at their field goals percentage when they are both playing home and away, all right? You can also look at their free you can also look at their free their you can look at their free throws attempted when they are playing home and away. All right. You can also look at their free throws made when they are playing home and away. All right. When they are playing home and away, and you can look at their free throws percentage when they are both playing home and away. All right. When they are both playing home and away. This is the data analysis of the NBA game between the Phoenix Suns and the Houston Rockets. All right. You can log into the DoQuick platform from our and you can log into the DoQuick platform and analyze these NBA games and other basketball games across Europe yourself. All right, across Europe yourself. All right, let's go to the next NBA games for today, which is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers and the OCT, the Oklahoma City Thunders. All right, let's look at their last 5 games to see how they have performed. Okay, the Los Angeles Lakers, you can see that in their last 5 games, they have had an average of 121 points. They've scored an average of 121 points and conceded 104 when they are playing at home in their last 5 games full time. All right. Why Oklahoma's and we don't have the data for Oklahoma's for the last 5 games. Let's look at their last 10 games since they've been playing most of their games at home. All right, okay. Let's use the last 10 games to analyze. You can see in their last 10 games for Oklahoma City Thunders, they have scored an average of 110, 119, and they have conceded 106 when they are playing away. When they are playing away in their last 10 games, all right? When they are playing away in their last 10 games, okay? You can look at their head to head. Let's look at their head to head and see. All right, you can see that in their head to head in their last 5 games, you can see in their head to head in their last 5 games. So this is the reason why we do not have an away form, because Oklahoma's, you can see all the games they have played. They won 46 at home, 139 at home, 114 at home, 111 at home, 131 at home. All right, they played their last 5 games at home and they have won their last 5 games. They're on 100% from the OCT. All right. Why the Los Angeles Lakers, they're on a 60% form. They have actually lost their last 2 games and they have won 3. All right. You can see their head to head. Lakers have won 1, while Oklahoma's have won 4 from their